Hello everyone, Manathrall here and welcome to the RuneScape weekly update video. Now this one has an additional little nugget as well as regular update and patch notes. So first we're going to start out with the announcement of RuneScape on mobile, which is coming soon. They're looking to release it sometime in 2018. It's not really saying exactly where, or when I should say, but it's supposed to be, it's looking to be next year. So if you go onto RuneScape's website, through their Twitter or whatever, if you go through their Twitter, make sure it's legit, their actual Twitter, make sure it's their actual Facebook, because you can click on the link and register that way. Okay, so the beta versions are supposed to be coming out, it's looking like early to mid 2018 for RuneScape, and Old School will actually hit this winter for the at least the beta version. For whenever it's going to be fully released, not quite sure, but this is what I do know. So do be sure to register if you do want to register. It is going to be the full game, so you can do pretty much anything you can do on your desktop, you can now do on mobile. And it does say that interfaces will be optimized for mobile, and there will be persistent cross-platform play with the desktop version. So it says that means you can log in with your existing account and continue with that character. You don't have to have two accounts just to do that. So it should be very interesting. I know I'm registered, so as soon as I hear anything, and if I get the beta version, I know I'll be testing it out, and I'll give you guys a gradual update here and there. If I don't get the beta version, well then, sorry. Now one for the actual update. The actual update for this week is build the beach and dyed tier 92 weapons. Now to build the beach, there is some options here. All you have to do is speak with Reyna in the Lumbridge Crater. There is no requirements. But when you talk to her, she'll ask you to gather sand as you skill and kill around Gielinor. So much like the Birth by Fire, all of those other ones, you'll be getting sand type stuff, not your regular buckets of sand, but actual different currency of sand, okay? And it does say that you will be getting more sand, a better return of sand from mining and construction. And then you can hand it in to Reyna, and then she'll let you spread it throughout the crater yourself. It does say to watch out for the magical anomalies running wild around the area. I'm not sure exactly what they will be, but probably nothing major. It's a very basic type thing. When you do, eventually you can unlock 5 new pieces to the sand outfit, and it's a perfect matchup for the sand cape, and which is also available if you don't already own it. And there's also another piece which is a ring of sand, and it says it'll give you the beach body you've never dreamed of. And you have until 23:59 on July 31st to gather up all the sand and use it, although the rewards will remain available until 23:59 UTC on August 2nd. The dyed tier 92 weapons are Barrows and Third Age dyes for Telos gear. So this is just for Telos, it's not for the other bosses or anything else. It's for Telos and what he drops. Okay, so this week's stream on July 19th, Wednesday at 1900. It's the announcement Q&A, which the announcement is the RuneScape on mobile. So And then July 21st, Friday at 1700 game time, patch notes teaser. And then, that's with Mod Shawnee. And Sunday, July 23rd at 1800, game time PVM with Mod Lee. Now, they did say in a different video that the Aura Bag has actually been postponed. It is something that they do want to release somewhat soon, but it has been postponed due to user or player feedback. So they want to make sure they postpone it and get it how people want it to be. Now we're heading on to the patch notes. So the patch notes are as follows. Graphical. The sign of the porter buff icon will now display when logging in if the item is equipped. Skills, D&Ds, and minigames. A rare issue where players weren't able to complete a shifting tomb due to an issue with sarcophagus has been fixed. Quest challenges and achievements. Players can now use Wilderness Artifact to enter the KBD layer from within the lava maze to start a bossing instance. This change now means that Iron Man accounts can now complete the achievement I'm the King of the Wild. The phylactery drop rate from the Magister has been made slightly lower, but the individual scripture drop rates have been adjusted to give a minimum of 5 and the larger average. Surge and Escape no longer appear to be disabled. Weapons which provide their own ammo will now correctly highlight abilities as being able to use. Magic skilling spells will no longer be grayed out when wielding a ranged weapon. The Berserker auras now work correctly alongside the overload timer. Individual Ushabtai, whatever that is, that can contain a soul can now have the soul emptied via a release option, which is something from Slayer from the Menaphos area. A warning message is now displayed when going below 100 ammo in Tyren Quiver. I cannot speak tonight. Players now receive a warning message if a player has less than 500 runes in a rune pouch or less than 100 ammo in a Tyren Quiver when starting a boss instance. Messages that mentioned less than 500 runes or less than 60 minutes of charge have been tweaked to now say fewer than. Blocking has now been added to Rocky Outcrop near Salawa Ox. Blocking has been added to house walls in the Imperial District of Menaphos. Noted drops in the Sophanum Slayer dungeon will no longer drop to the floor if there is an existing stack in the chest, but no free spaces. Narda is now correctly spelled on the first page in the book from Nardal with Love. Players can now vote on an active poll after clicking on the skip button. Camel warriors now die correctly when dropping a camel staff. Last week's hotfixes. Drop chances for the rare insects in the Menaphos collection journal have been improved to be fair to all players. Ninja fixes. Specific quick pair presets can now be assigned to direct left click option or last used left click option through the preset setting cog in the quick interface menu. It is now possible to rename quick pair presets after they have been created. Clan avatars are now allowed in the Runecrafting Guild area. A toggle has been added to the God Statue interface to skip the completion cutscene. A toggle has been added to the interface that disables shortcut keys, closing windows. Clue Scroll rewards will now move to a player's bank if they have a full backpack. That's pretty nice. More options have been added to various items such as teleport jewelry and capes when worn. The click zone has been enlarged on the fishing spots within the Profindus waterfall. Crystal tool siphons and equipment siphons are now stackable. Ice strike worms will no longer target switch to a familiar if they lose sight of player. A level up message has been added for when a player reaches the levels required to unlock invention. the purple Clan Wars portal has and stake duels have been added to high risk area entry bank pin toggle. So that'll do it for today's updates, announcements, and patch notes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.